Hi, everybody across the whole world. My name is Bob Trezise, and I'm President and CEO of Lansing Economic Area Partnership, LEAP, which is the Greater Lansing Area's Economic Development Agency made up of Ingham, Eaton, and Clinton County. We like to get together with you once a week for 7 or 8 minutes and talk about our economic development news. Here we go. Our LEAP member, Spartan Motors, which is one of the great manufacturers in the state of Michigan and the country, made a really great breakthrough this week. And I want to talk to you about it real quick and congratulate Daryl Adams and his entire team at Spartan Motors. LEAP played a role in this as well. But Spartan Motors has become a finalist for a huge possible federal contract in the future to make U.S. Post Office trucks and vehicles. And this is a major moment. They selected 6 finalists, and Spartan Motors is one of those 6 finalists. And that allows them to build a prototype. They receive a certain amount of money to help build that prototype. Of course, they have to invest a lot of money themselves to build this prototype. They have 1 year to do it, and then the U.S. Post Office will select a winner. And so this is a major moment for us in our region and for the state of Michigan and for Spartan Motors. But I thought I'd mention that to everybody and congratulate Spartan Motors, and as we all get to work and try to make this happen and get a big win for all of us. Last week was the Creative Placemaking Summit right here in Lansing. This is put on by the Arts Council of Greater Lansing. I want to congratulate their Executive Director, Deb McCullough, and her entire staff for putting on a first-class event. We had speakers from around the country, over 300 people attended, and it was really eye-opening once again how placemaking is now a key component to economic development. Of course, placemaking is one of our 3 primary missions here at LEAP as well. Talent, placemaking, business development. They all have to go together. Businesses need a place, talent needs a place needs business. So it all is a cycle or a circle all together, and we have to work equally on all 3 of these areas. And this placemaking summit really brought to light again that first impressions really matter for not only people in business who are living here, but for businesses who are trying to attract new talent to our region. The job is good, but the place has to go along with the job. And we had a very vigorous, healthy conversation. As a side note, I got to be involved. It was a real honor in some poetry reading and introduced some poets from Michigan State University. By the way, the U.S. Poet Laureate was here speaking on Michigan State University's campus for free just a couple weeks ago. It's another demonstration of the incredible arts and culture in our region. But we need our own poet laureate. We're only one of 6 states in the entire country that doesn't have a poet laureate. And even regions in our own country, or in our own state, have poet laureates. Detroit, Grand Rapids, even the UP. So there's going to be a group of us that are going to work on putting together, finally, having our own poet laureate. These things matter. They add up. They again, say to us and to the world that we're a global competitor, that we're very diverse, that we're sophisticated and want to have fun. And so I look forward to this little element of placemaking as we go forward. But congratulations to Deb McCullough. It was LEAP's honor last week to unveil the new Southwest City of Lansing Action Plan for Economic Development. We had another town hall meeting. We had a great turnout of very interested citizens and business owners and building owners. Now is the hard work, is to put it in place, to implement the steps. Southwest City of Lansing has incredible potential. There are really good neighborhoods, good corridors. It's very diverse, which is a huge strength. We can build business. We think the key is entrepreneurialism. Rather than saying we're going to go out and recruit another grocery store, let's look throughout the refugee community, all the communities in Southwest City of Lansing and say, are there 50 people who could become entrepreneurs with their own unique family recipes and start up our own food industry, if you will, in Southwest City of Lansing? That's just one example of many things that we can do. But LEAP and the City of Lansing really look forward to working with Southwest City of Lansing Steering Committee into the future and implementing many of the very good recommendations within that action plan. I wanted to know also that LEAP and our Lansing community and economy got a big statewide article in Crain's this week. So it's one of the clips. I urge you to scroll down and check out all the news clippings from the last couple weeks, and you'll see one from Crain's in there too. But I think our region deserves state and even national attention, and we are very pleased with this article. LEAP also put together with a number of partners our third annual Makers Week, and it was really a spectacular success. We had events and opportunities in all different kinds of facets of manufacturing and making throughout the entire week. It really culminated, though, on one day where we had, through Michelle Cordona's excellent leadership efforts with the Capital Area Manufacturing Council, they put together a day that featured connecting 1,100 high school students from the entire three-county area with scores of manufacturers in the area for a whole day of learning and testing and trying out things. And baseball cards featuring different skill sets were produced and handed out at these events. It was really well received by many of these students, and of course the manufacturers loved it. But what a great week, what a great event. It just shows that as far as advanced manufacturing and making and creating and innovating, we are a top community in the entire world, literally, knowing how to do that. It was also my pleasure this week to be the opening speaker with the Michigan Economic Development Corporation right here in Old Town in downtown Lansing. And this was an event that featured EDCs from all over the state of Michigan gathering for their annual meeting with their parent, so to speak, the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. And it was a real honor to talk about the great economic development story here in Lansing. Oftentimes Lansing is known as a legislative Lansing, kind of like we refer to Washington all the time. People around the state refer to Lansing in that legislative sense. And we wanted to remind everybody that we are a strong and emerging economic development community with incredibly diverse, young, innovative companies, two of the most brand new technologically advanced car assembly plants in North America, Fortune 500 companies, national headquarters expanding like crazy. 3 years ago, #1 in the state, #6 in the whole country for high-tech job growth. In the 2010 U.S. Census, we were only one of 2 regions in the entire state of Michigan that actually had population growth. We were in the top 10 Kiplinger's magazine for places for young people to live and work: Austin, Chicago, Boston, Lansing. So it was a great opportunity to remind everybody about the new global Lansing and who we become. But thank you to the MEDC and all of the EDCs across economic development corporations across the state for inviting us with that opportunity. Well, LEAP is really busy with lots of projects. We've seen a huge spike for whatever reason this fourth quarter, and it's going to be a fun fourth quarter, and we can tell our pipeline is very full for 2017. It's going to be a strong year. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you next week.